Welcome to Skies of Arcadia Part 18.
Right into the rock. Damn.
Nope. Actually, right into the squid.
Squid? What? Oh my goodness.
So I didn't know this was in the game. I was randomly just flying way up north in the corner of the map, and I saw this thing. I'm like, hey, we're gonna fight it now.
Oh my god. Is this what we've been looking for with the legendary whale?
No, this isn't a whale. What? Whale's even bigger than this guy. We heard stories about giant squid.
Pequod, get us out of here!
You don't have the GP for it, though.
You're gonna die until you get baby.
Alright, so I ended up buying some new toys for my ship to go and fighting here. I don't know how this guy's gonna fight when I first started, so I'm just like, just play the support route and just watch what happens. This squid is a boring fighter.
Also, Vice, I don't think now is the time to wax our boat. We have ports for that.
Hold on a moment.
Gotta see my own face in it. Yee!
Looking in the mirror, still don't see it.
Hang on a second, Squid. I got priorities. Smash.
The technique with this guy is just shoot him enough until he stops playing Splatoon with our ship. Because this is his only attack, is just to barf ink on us with lightning in it.
Damn it, I just waxed this thing!
Stop making my life so difficult. So you wonder what the next attack is, huh?
Thinking about it.
Could you imagine how weird this squid's life suddenly got? It's just floating around, and then all of a sudden a boat appears, some dude is waxing it, and then they just heal themselves.
The ship heals itself.
The squid's like, what is this?
Let me vomit on it again just to make sure.
I keep poking it, but nothing's happening.
I bet your ship has way too much HP, you jerk. Of course, then I turn on the fast forward motion to see if I can kill it. I make this thing's life miserable, by the way. And because it puked on me a bunch, I didn't appreciate that. As you do damage, his legs fall off.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
Part of me thinks if they caught him, they could feed themselves for like weeks.
Probably days, because that food would just decompose fast.
They just specified that one tentacle could have fed us. So now we have an opportunity that on the next turn to have options, so this is where we can make proper decisions here.
Yeah, I feel like the lady you hired as a cook could cook the food, but she doesn't know anything about refrigeration.
Or have a refrigerator big enough.
We have ice magic, but we can't refrigerate this stuff? What?
So now it's like, what do we do, Captain? What's the best idea? I know. What do we do when we're fighting a giant squid? We can do what we're doing, which is working. Ooh, we could get right behind the thing for no reason. Let's do that. It sounds like fun.
Were we already behind the thing, though, Captain?
No, but I just love this thing where it's just like, way to go, everyone. That was easy. It's like, isn't that where it's shooting us from? Like it. Oh.
You're the best captain.
You're the captain. Count you to know these things. So then he just blasts us a bunch of time. We can't do anything.
Wait a minute, this thing is called Obispo? That's a city in California.
Maybe that city got named after this giant squid.
That'd be a thing.
This giant squid is the founder.
I found it. Fuck, I forgot what that place is even. Ugh, I'm terrible at history.
America. I really just want to shoot with my giant laser, but I would just try and shoot out on it to see what happens. Plus, this thing is like weak as shit. I'm like, poor little squid baby.
Just imagine Vice being excited to shoot this giant squid with his laser, and Enrique is just sitting there like, really?
We don't have anything better to do. We have a whole mission to do. Well, hold on. Let me do this first.
I know what I said.
We have to save the planet from the moons! And you're shooting squids?
Look, I'm not backing down. Plus, it's funny when its tentacle falls off.
It actually kind of is.
I'm waiting for it just to have one, so it's a squid sickle.
Wait, didn't we just cast ice magic on it? We just refrigerated it.
It's still moving, so it didn't work.
Well, now we just gave it freezer burn.
We just annoyed it slightly.
Now it's going to be even harder to prepare. What is this?
It only has 2 tentacles. And none of its damage is doing anything.
You giant squid, now you're no better than me.
Hey, I can use giant laser on it now. That's fair. But first we want to make sure it only has 1 leg, so it's a popsicle. It can't move that fast, so now we can murder it.
Oh my god.
Overkill, you think?
Let's hope this thing isn't anyone's pet or friend or anything.
Legendary creature of the skies.
We blew up its engine, apparently.
God of some civilization. We just murdered it.
Alright, team.
I've always wanted grilled squid.
End up giving us an alloy deck, which will actually boost the defense of the Delphinus itself.
Wait, what?
It had it in its mouth, I guess? I don't know.
This game is so confusing sometimes. We shot a squid with a laser and now we get alloy from it?
Squid alloy, you know. Alloy of squid.
This feels like something a kid would think up.
This game is something a kid would think up.
Slowly gaze towards Vice.
I'm way south. I fly around for a while, just picking shit up. If we go back kind of where Ixa'ness is, remember where we fought Gordo? Well, there's a ship. But now it looks a little different.
Huh.
I thought you were going in a fight with him.
I get to fight right as soon as I get up to it. He decided to open up a restaurant in the middle of nowhere.
Better use of his time than piracy.
Ah, there's a chairman here.
Wait a second, is he a cook or is he
cooks.
just Okay, I was gonna say if he set up a restaurant just so he could enjoy his own food, I'd be really confused.
He gives himself 3.5 stars. So he opens this high-priced restaurant for fancy pirates, I guess. Because after we fought him, he decided to turn a leaf and turn from being a black pirate to a kind-hearted restaurateur.
I didn't even know you could cook, Gordo. I'm impressed.
I'm stuck back here.
It's good to know how to get back here, just because there's a couple things that we'll want to complete. One of them, there's a particular side mission where we will have to revisit this restaurant again. But also, it has to jam for one, but also, if you notice, hey guys, how you doing? Domingo. Domingo is a member who can actually join our crew, but we have to fit a specific condition for him to fit. We have to find a certain amount of discoveries, which I believe is 30? So I have to go and find more discoveries before I can pick him up on my team. I think I have like 20 discoveries, so I'm almost there.
Haven't we met Domingo before?
We met him on Sailor Island.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He'll eventually join us. I just gotta find more bullshit.
Hey, do you want to join me, the guy who's taking all your jobs?
So then you also want to come back here, because we're going to talk to Sentime's son here, Hans. He can also join our crew. There's a lot of going to places you've been before just to talk to people, like, join up with me. Just want to make sure you're here. Alright, now to go on the complete opposite side of the map. I bet you remember this guy.
Turned to fade and it looked like Vice was running up the ladder.
It's Chicken Man.
What the hell?
Chicken Man wants to join our crew. Just in case it's not weird enough already.
How are you flying?
He's not.
Oh.
He's standing there bobbing up and down. He joins our crew as a lookout because apparently his eyes are super good. So Tika Tika joins the crew as a lookout. Domingo's the other lookout option, but we just gotta convince him.
Tika bow bow.
Now pay attention to where the map is here, because around this area, specifically, there is one little boat floating around on its own that is very easy to miss. Flying towards it right now, you'll see it here in just a bit. Right there, that little dot.
Wow.
Talk to him, because if you talk to him and you happen to have 10 sky sardines on you, he will exchange those 10 sky sardines for an Aberric Cham, one of 3 in the game. So you want to do that. Because that is what's going to make Cupel into the badass monster that we want him to be.
This is our second one, isn't it?
This is our second one. There's one more left.
That ship does not look stable.
That ship is the ship of the bounty. So we want to save first.
We want to save for rage.
Basically.
Smash.
This group is considered by some to be the hardest boss in the game. I disagree. They're hard. I don't think they're the hardest, but I can understand why people think that. You remember we found a discovery, it was called the ixa'ness village? Basically the idea of Amazons, it's a village of only women that go and take men tribes to have children, but other than that are self-sustained on their own. These pirates are kind of like the strongest warriors of that particular village who take men they find and kidnap them, and yeah.
Vice?
They like Vice. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Somehow Vice's surprise kind of confuses me. Didn't we approach them, so why are we surprised that they're invading us?
I think they're kind of surprised at the reaction that they're making.
Oh.
Like, we actually found a cute guy out here. Kidnapping him is going to be so fun.
Yeah, the last guy we fought was some weird tub ball. Gordo, I think his name was?
We decided to kidnap him, then we gave up.
He wouldn't fit in the ship.
We got him 4 feet off the bow and we just couldn't.
Nice face there.
Both good faces, actually.
Oh, ee.
So they're just like, yeah, just shut up, you little girls. And I'm like, who are these ugly old women? Because that's always good at pissing people off.
This is how wars are started. Please stop.
You're making it worse.
You white people are ugly.
Peter's just sitting there like, you've made a villain for life.
I love this, where it says, say something, they're insulting us. I go, what's an old hag?
What's an old hag? You remember that queen we saw back in Valua?
But worse. So this is a very unique boss fight because it's not one giant thing. It's actually a boss fight consisting of 3 characters, all of which with different abilities. This fight is tough. I lost it once because of status effect destruction. What makes them tough is that they have a group attack, but also that almost every attack they use is a status effect attack. It does something. It puts you to sleep. It makes you silent so you can't cast magic. It makes you exhausted so you can't gain XP. So you're constantly curing each other and removing their buffs and removing debuffs on yourself. Actually, in this fight, Fina is the most useful character.
Finally.
By far. Also, Shield of Justice, or the Justice Shield's a really cool new move that I taught Enrique here. Very good because it makes all your characters block, but it also reduces the amount of damage your characters take when they just do moves like this. So it's a really useful move. Some people consider it better than Delta Shield, which each of them have their own perks. If you notice, I'm focusing with the group because I fought them my strategy way and lost, so I went, fuck it. I'm smashing you all with the moon. So the big problem is they start casting buffs on themselves to increase their speed and their damage output, which is death in this game, if you let people do that. In a game like this, you do want to aim for the magic caster first because they do have the ability to heal, which is the usual tactic. You want to start with that and then take out the other 2 people. I kind of prefer taking out the spear person second because that sleep spear is deadly. The bow person is kind of a pain in the ass, but not as much as the spear. But they kind of wrecked my shit the first time anyway, so the second time I was just like, let's just kill them all at the same time.
Let's die together.
Hug.
I like how in that cutscene they're all, ooh, he's so cute! And then Enrique is nowhere to be found. It's like, if I go out there, they will die.
They all pass out. He looks in the mirror, just sparkles off him. Damn it, I look too good today. So the reason she's great is because, for one, she knows Lunar Wind, which I've used a couple times. It does damage, but the big thing is it removes any buffs enemies have. This is their party attack. They can only do it with all 3 members alive. It's a pain in the ass. It does a good amount of damage, but the problem is it also gives a certain amount of characters exhaustion, and exhaustion sucks.
Oh my.
Yeah, your SP gauge doesn't gain properly when you have exhaustion, so you gotta cure that, and then you also have to cure the poison, and you gotta debuff them. It's just like, this fight's just is a struggle. So now they're buffing themselves to make themselves stronger.
I'm guessing the sweat drop on the stats effect was exhaustion.
Yes. The big problem with that is that it slows down SP gauge, which SP is the life gauge of this game. Without SP, you're fucked. Oh, I didn't tell you. I turned Cupel into a pan. So I removed their buffs.
Peter's just like, call me an old hag, will you? Stare.
That removed all their buffs. Hag power.
Hag bag.
Let's try this.
I now have this personal headcanon where if you got poked by one of Enrique's hips or pointy shoulders, you just explode.
I guess it worked for Cupel, who looks a little bit like a balloon. I'm gonna. Did you see Cupel just flying upside down like that? I also used an ability that Fina has that cures all status ailments except for unconscious. So Fina is the MVP of this particular fight. Kidney zone.
This fight is now just everybody grunting.
Oh, we know what this fight is. Basically, keep on Justice Shield, attacking, focusing until we get to the highest level of SP, then hitting him with the moon, and then doing what we can.
What is Justice Shield anyways? We saw that move, but
What it does is when your characters do passive abilities like just, focusing, casting magic, things like that, usually it leaves them vulnerable to attack. But with Justice Shield, even if someone attacks you, even if you're doing something else, it only does half damage because it acts like you're blocking.
Ah, cool.
So it's a really good ability.
Wait, did you just miss focusing?
I mean, you miss focusing when you're exhausted.
I mean, I figured as much, but that's just kind of weird in my head. I'm like...
Because you can't gain SP when you're like that, so that's why it's deadly. Yeah, I was upset.
I like how you're trying to get the meter back up and you just keep going back down to 29.
That's because I have to keep on casting this shit to cure shit. That's like, urgh. This fight is not easy. So now everyone's exhausted again. And just cast poison, because why not? Let me be poison too. Poison exhausted. Oh god, we're down to 3 members.
We can't use Moon Throw because Fina's gone.
Yep, all 4 members have to be alive for that to work. You can hear me talking in frustration.
Oh my god, please stop. I just want to throw the moon.
That's basically what I was saying. I was just like, oh god, why? Alright, we can do it. Yes! I was so happy because I've been fighting these girls for probably a good 45 minutes at this point.
I can never stop laughing at Cupel just being there. Like, sword, sword, sword!
Sword, sword, sword! No. See, when the bad also issue is that when there's 2 of them, the Spear Girl starts hitting for critical hits every turn. Which puts everyone to sleep, which sucks. So kill the Spear Girl as quickly as possible. So I have Fina just finish everyone off with meteors.
Come on.
I thought you were setting her on fire.
Alright. And that's how you beat them. just survive and moon them. I'm glad I managed to have everyone survive for that fight.
I can hear you smashing the controller.
That's the problem with that microphone thing. It picked up every sound. Like everything. Including this one coming up here in a second. Okay.
That's a weird way to clear your throat. Like, hang on a second, I got something in my throat. Jojo!
Okay, I feel better. I like this thing where we're like, yeah, don't kidnap people. They don't want to do that. And they're just like, okay, we won't kidnap you, but we'll keep kidnapping. And we're like, okay.
I kicked your ass, wanna be friends?
I know a dude with a hot rod you guys could date.
Yeah, well, that's funny. Like everyone else we've been teaching lessons to, these ones are just like, we don't care what you say, old people.
It's our culture. Later.
Found a banner image.
Just them all. Which one? The one where because they had 2 group of faces that were actually pretty good.
All 3 of them just look like they're about to kill you.
They did look at Vice like he was a piece of steak there for just a second. All right, now going back to where Morambo is, that's where we're going to be going for actually main mission time. So we got where Morambo is. If we fly behind Morambo, skip fight. You'll notice the hue of the land is actually changing a bit. The reason we couldn't get back here with the Little Jack is that Little Jack couldn't make it past these little wind currents, but it's not an issue with the Delphinus. If we go behind here, you notice this big black wall of cloud. That's going to be plot relevant. But either way, there's Esperanza. I just can't land on it right now.
Sorry, docks are full. Come back Sunday.
Oh, there we go. Pick up every sound on my controller. By the way, just popping my knuckle. Just everything. Thank you, program. And the problem is it also reduced the volume of the game so you could hear it even better.
Ah.
So I'm fixing that shit. I couldn't fix it in post, was the problem.
Dial that back a second. Was that a ship embedded in the wall?
Yes, it is.
It was!
This whole area is like scrap and things like that, so...
This is a confidence-inspiring port.
This was the last time I took the Delphinus out for a ride.
You have no idea. You know how we talked about how depressing Lower Valua is?
Jesus.
Okay, yeah, that's where you're gonna think the mindset. So we see this terrible looking cloud. Guess who's sick still? Shtick maintained.
It's a quirk. I'm a unique character, please believe me.
I try to say goodbye and I choke. What? He's singing songs, just leave.
He's got a song in his heart, and it's coming up through his throat.
That song is...
Look at how sad that dog is. Well, first, let's talk to this sad man. So this particular town of Esperanza was set up as kind of a war port. But eventually, after the War of Nazir ended, they basically just kind of abandoned this port and just left it to rot. So the people here are mainly made up of ex-Valuan soldiers with nothing else to do with their lives, and also people that will try to cross that big sky rift, the dark cloud over there, with no success because it's considered impossible. Look how sad that thing is.
I can't even tell.
Like, I haven't made the sound for. I was like, "Pa." I just heard that. I don't remember doing it. It was just so depressing. I think the music's kind of unique in this area too.
It's a very forlorn, song. It's definitely something you would hear in a town of, well, this place is abandoned. Sorry, bros.
Yep, this place is just covered in... At least you can tell the place was just made from old, rusty ship parts. Everything is just kind of built for survival and no one cares about anything.
Everyone just crashed their ships into it, and it just ended up looking like this.
You have no idea. Watch this. I try to use the champ first.
Okay, I got a leak in my roof. Hang on a second. Let me crash a boat into there.
Good, now it's hopeless.
Hey, the leak's fixed.
So we're down here what looks like a basement, but this is actually the interior of a ship that's crashed into the wall.
Great way to get an expansion on your house.
Yeah, because look, we can just step out here and step onto the bow of the ship and grab a chest. That was just a big chunk of gold.
It's a really weird amount.
I'm interested in why sometimes they decide to go for these weird amounts. I'm sure there's a reason.
I kind of like it because it feels organic.
It does.
Because part of me in my head says, why isn't it 2,250? And the other part says, well, these pirates wouldn't have fucking counted this.
Yeah. Of course, we're able to count it instantly.
That's what these goggles are for.
Among other things.
There's like 3 coins in there. All right, 22.48. What? Our first peg leg, man.
People hate me at carnivals because I cheat at the jelly bean game.
I ate them all.
I lost, but it was worth it.
All of them are talking about this particular wall of storm and wind that apparently no one, it's so powerful that even light can't move through it. It's considered like a dead zone. So no one's made it past it. A lot of people died trying. That's why everyone in this town's just like, I don't care about anything.
And nobody has the center of gravity.
They probably drink themselves every day.
This kind of is an interesting thing to think about. This is a place abandoned by Nasser and doesn't get any outside crowds. So is their economy just like trading money among themselves?
Pretty much. No one really visits. It's just made up of the people that live in the town. And everyone in town basically just thinks it's hopeless. A lot of them are abandoned people from both Valua and Nazur. So despite the war and the differences from there, they see themselves as a separate nation that just, like, no one cares about. It's the Detroit of this world.
That's rough. Okay.
Parts made from ships, so...
And no floors?
That's floors, but...
I know.
you would hope.
Part of me was hoping that this ex-Valoon soldier was just floating and hitting nothing.
I'm trying to stay grounded.
I thought he was half seal for a second.
It's not the princess. They just work hard to maintain everything working despite everything being broken. Like up here, there's this giant light tower, or lighthouse, that had a big cannon on it that's since then rusted over because they have no reason to use it.
Something tells me Valuan uniform should be a uniform exclusive to our prince here.
The weird thing about the prince is that he generally wears a unique set of armor that none of the other people wear.
Oh god, is this just like Earthbound again?
It's gotta be fancy.
It's gotta be pointy.
You have to kill a monster 144 times to get my gear. Good luck.
Alright, that's 144 Vice, you suck at counting. I love how the way they do these maps, I think, is very interesting, because, you know, any game company will put a lot of work into making a map like this with thought of why they have things there. So what this game does is it puts objects and items you want for side missions in every corner. So it forces you to look around. Like, you have to look at every element of these areas to understand it.
It's definitely a lost art of map design, because you see that a lot in JRPGs at around this era. Like, a favorite series of mine is Wild Arms, and when they made the remake of one for the PS2 at about the same time as this game, it had a lot of the same ideas of, we have a town, we're going to put a bunch of secrets everywhere over the town so you get to see everything.
Yeah.
And you just don't really see that anymore. Nowadays, it's just, oh, here's a town, get supplied, go to the next point later.
I mean, if you go for, like, American RPGs, definitely, because it's just, like, there's shops as opposed to finding things, and I always find finding things way more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how this game does this idea of making the walls of the areas you enter invisible, because it maintains a stable camera, but also lets you see the interior buildings. So, like, it doesn't, if you notice, camera doesn't change perspective, it simply just goes through the wall.
It's an interesting way to present things. Everybody's too used to, like, whenever you see games like this, usually it's just suddenly the room is in a black void and you see it from above.
Right. Or it's a locked camera angle within the building itself.
Ugh, yeah.
So we go over here, there's another broken ship. Before we talk to the guy near that ship, which is worth talking to him, there's a treasure chest over here near this part of the wall. Again, just causing you to explore.
You know, I keep looking at the city and I'm trying to figure out why they don't just, like, provide services to other countries, but then I realize, what can you make here? Everything's dead.
Yep, and it's also the mentality of the people here. They're worn, burned veterans who were burned by their country of pride and origin, and they have nothing to do. Like, this guy might be the happiest because he has things to sell.
Grunkle Stan.
Hey, kid! So you can buy some weapons and actually decent armor sets and things like this from this guy, because who else is going to buy it from him? So go to town shopping on some new equipment.
Yeah, the first customers I've had in years.
Hey, you're my only customers.
Hey guys, we have an economy now.
We can buy more booze.
Wait a minute.
This robe is a miracle. There we go.
Don't give me an eye patch, you'll never get it back. Bigger.
Oddly enough, it's a pretty decent accessory, so decided to pick it up. Plus, he sells a bunch of little other things. Magic Dew, I like having those because that heals 10 magic points, which is way useful. Plus, he used a ton of Curio crystals. I need those back. Plus, they're super cheap.
37. God.
Oh, I used a ton of them, though, so it's fine. They're really cheap.
Oh, I know. I remember the Hot Rod fight.
Now, it wasn't even the Hot Rod fight that was using all the Curio. They used all the Rizolums, which
Right.
I won't be able to buy those until later in the game, which is kind of depressing.
You're my new god.
All right, now we get to go to the most depressing area of this depressing town, the depressing bar.
There's no one here.
Let's hear some good stories from these denizens. This one's saying, like, I left here with someone I fell in love with, but they abandoned me here, so now I'm stuck. All right, well, I'm gonna talk to this guy then. What's up, other?
Got any good sea shanties?
My life sucks.
What the hell's the sea?
Do 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 do.
We learn his name's Dawn.
Don's life sucks.
Do.
We ask him about the Sky Rift to see what's going on. He's like, I like my mustache. Whoop. All three people are staring at us do something.
Hey man, we have a crew of 9. We could take you on.
That is a drunk face.
He doesn't have any teeth.
I lost them all in the dark abyss.
So all these people are like, you guys are idiots. Children in their dreams.
Like, someone tell these kids that their parents are missing. Dude, we're in a giant battleship. This ain't my dad's.
The giant battleship, and I'm Vice. What do you think is gonna happen?
Actually, wait a minute. No, this is someone's battleship. We stole this from Enrique's mom.
It was a gift.
It was someone's parents' battleship.
So basically, bestsellers come from all over the world across this rift, and none of them returned. So it's impossible, you say?
Look, just say it, man. I need someone to say it.
Come on, I need to... It's like a turn on for him. He's just rubbing his nipple. Come on, say it. Come on.
Let me feel again.
That was an image I didn't know I didn't want.
Surprise.
And now you, the viewer, have to see it.
Now it's
Fan
fan art
artists.
Yeah, but say fan art possibilities.
Please fucking don't.
Don't do it unless you want to be cool.
This is the thing the thread is most known for.
So there's a good shot of that buckle.
Do you see this buckle?
He insults all of them before leaving.
Ice burn.
It's true. Think of how much you've accomplished by sitting there wallowing in self-defeat.
I accomplished alcohol tolerance. What have you done, kid?
Where do I start?
Let's see.
Cuts fades to black, cuts back, and like it's nighttime.
I've abolished slavery. I've saved Dad from a military complex.
See, one thing I did like especially about that scene is that he mentions the flag behind him was like he guessed that was his map, or not his map, his flag. Didn't specifically said it was, or he tell any stories based on that, but it infers that guy Don was a captain of a crew who he lost to the Sky Rift. And since he lost all his entire crew, he became hopeless. And that was without telling you that.
Yeah, passive storytelling.
Passive storytelling, exactly. So we learned that the balloon showed up. Big surprise.
It's almost like someone's tracking my ship. Huh.
It's almost like I've got a ship that people can see.
Very obviously, in fact.
Where is our ship?
Well, we don't actually land the ship around here. We drop off on like a little ship.
Ah.
Like we have little lifeboat things, yeah. Let me park here.
Did you just touch his butt?
You still feeling sick, buddy?
Hey, Enrique, pat.
Oh, I left that one in.
Gross.
You might have to add a sound effect in post.
Pats his butt again.
This is all Vice saying that.
Those ships are battering rams.
Yeah, that's Admiral Gregorio, which is the old admiral we saw, known as the Iron Wall.
No good uncles here. We're gonna have a problem, Vice.
Hey, don't want to kill me or something.
Vice just pulls it again. No, don't shoot the messenger!
We kind of learned from this that this Gregorio guy is a nice guy, which is odd for Valua. Probably because he's old.
Yeah, well, that other guy's just as old, and he's like a heartless blackguard.
That's true. They're starting to fire upon the city unless Enrique goes back to him.
It's not really a convincing argument. Come back to my side or I'll murder everyone here that you don't know.
Well, he's assuming he's a good guy and cares, but at the same time,
Yeah.
he's saying, like, I know my uncle, he doesn't want to do that. So fighting of ideology here a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Let's go fight my uncle. Uh-huh.
Vice.
Are you listening? Pass the boat one more time. Yeah, I am.
There's a sharp point explodes.
Good job.
Oh, do be careful. I'm made of death spikes.
The Valuan Death Spike. So I slept at that inn earlier for no reason. Anyway, to the fight. See, that's what we usually land with.
I thought for a second you were going to say I fell asleep during that segment.
I could have. So then Don shows like, you losers.
How you fight him? Just shoot me at him.
I got enough alcohol in me to burn up half of that port.
Some flies there, and then explodes in a fireball.
Damn it, Loco is non-alcoholic. How am I drunk?
Reminds me of a Simpsons skit where they give Barney the champagne at an astronaut thing and he runs around like, I'm drunk! He's like, I was non-alcoholic.
Oh god!
So, like, he's basically doing the whole impossible. He has a chance of doing what he planned to do, to see the other side of the... Basically get to the other side of this thing, where no one knows what's gonna happen.
Someone told me the word impossible once, but I couldn't hear what they said.
You can't spell impossible without possible.
Someone told me that something was impossible. I now have a life goal.
You can't spell impossible without I'm possible.
You can't spell impossible without me.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that took me a second. I'm like, wait, is he right?
You can't spell impossible without Vice.
Wait a second.
Well, that's impossible, exactly. Thanks, Motorcycle. I appreciate that.
We just drive a motorcycle into Gregorio's ship.
Fire the motorcycle cannon?
Rare, dude.
So even he's like, it's not like there are normals like, this is the most powerful ship they have, so we have to be careful.
Go throw.
It's his eye. Ow, I need to wear another goggle.
Let's go. Aye, aye.
Alright, it's ship battle time. First we fight Baby Ram.
It sounded like he says, "Let's go," and then also said, "Aye, aye."
Without moving his mouth. So this fight's very basic. We don't even have to worry about shooting with the Moonstone Cannon. Just hit him with enough cannon fire. If you want to do Moonstone Cannon, it's just a one-hit KO. This is the point in the game where you learn that, like, the Armire is like, you guys are weak. That take him. Nope. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna Moonstone Cannon you now. Earn on turn 2. This fight is actually consisting of 3 different fights. Obviously, fight 1's over. I do like how each fight gives you different items and gives you experience before the next fight.
God, I got pulled away for like 5 minutes and I already missed a boat fight.
Yep. Well, one of them. So these guys are like, yeah, we have hope watching murder.
That woman in orange was like really out of place for a second. It's like you have disheveled pirate, disheveled pirate, disheveled pirate, 80s woman.
Oh shit.
Crap. And then everybody dies.
Gets hit on the head. I didn't feel that.
I'm too drunk to feel.
Close enough.
Damn it.
But he felt it, that's different. Alright, fight 2.
What?
It cuts back to him, he's dead.
What transition was that?
This fight, really not too different, just a ship with a little more health. Guess what? The Moonstone Cannon kills it in 1 hit.
I was gonna say, don't these guys know that they're out of place? We have a giant moon cannon.
We have the most powerful ship in the entire Armada.
One that would have broken your economy to make 7 of.
To make 2.
Yeah, we've built the first of 7, sir. Our entire country is bankrupt. Shit.
Make them lower balloons work for free, then I don't care. The only difference is this guy uses a little bit more combination of using both, like, fragment cannons, sometimes use torpedoes and things like that, so now we just kill him. I'm also shooting him with a spell cannon, just in case he's still alive. Okay, he's not completely dead yet, but he's almost.
I'm impressed that B managed to consume the entire ship and it's still alive.
Can we go home, sir? No, just you're dead. Really?
Sir, the entire 4-deck crew was evaporated. Let's go!
I have no one to fire the cannons. Keep fighting. Alright, round 2 over. Turn 3, whatever. That didn't take long. New experience, alright.
You guys ain't shit. I found a squid that was stronger than you.
Not really, they all sucked, but either way.
I like to imagine Gregorio hears that he's just like, is he serious?
He fought a squid? For shit.
The squid was stronger than us? See, Enrique just looks like the captain here.
Alright, now we're gonna fight Gregorio head on. Look at that happy little thing in the back.
Murder!
Piracy!
I love the music for boss fights. Really,
It is really
epic
good.
score.
You know, I think Enrique doesn't really have anything to do on the Delphinus.
Not really.
He just has to stand around looking regal.
He's doing a good job, I guess.
He's furniture.
I think he's supposed to be the strategist, but what strategy is here?
I think he's working more like a diplomat. So this fight is
Diplomacy.
this fight's very unique because depending on your strategy, this is either a hard fight or the easiest ship fight in the game. Not including those little guys, but still. You'll notice when we initially fight him, he's very, he's defensive. He's the Iron Wall, so he's kind of just standing there, standing his ground kind of thing. So we're getting little ship fights here. See, the reason I fast forward this part, because for whatever reason, this game decided, hey, our ship fights look cool, so there's no way to fast forward them.
This is why you play the game. Good luck speedrunning.
Oh yeah, just speedrunning an JRPG, that's clever. So really the big thing to do here is just to do a little bit of chip damage, just kind of wear him down bit by bit. Obviously the Moonstone Cannon is going to be the heavy hitter here, but we have to be in an optimal position to be able to use it. So what I'm getting to at this point, this is specific. You notice that little red block right there means something dangerous is coming. What we need to do, and this is what you need to do, is either to put the quickest spell on you or use Speed Wax right before that red thing hits, increasing the speed of your ship right before that attack hits. And you'll see why here in a second.
For a second, I thought you were going to put the wax on that turn, so I just got this image of Vice getting ready to wax his ship during an ultimate attack.
Like they're all in the ship fight and he's tied to the side with a rope. Just wind flying all over the place.
Desperately scrubbing.
I'll make it faster.
Major Gregorio, he's employing a new strategy of waxing his ship while we attack. What do we do?
Sir, he's rubbing his nipples now. Impossible.
Did you get the speed wax from one of the previous ships?
Yep, it was from the first ship fight that we did in that group. So we use it, boosts our speed, and the reason we do that is because his main attack, you notice he's flying right at us now, is a full-on ship ram.
Oh, so he just goes full Harlock on you?
Yep. If it hits you, it kind of knocks you prone, and it leaves you open for cannon attack. So he just starts wailing on you, which makes him actually very tough. But if you manage to dodge him, he's completely open.
Oh, nice.
You just go, nah, no damage from me.
Let me just drift lazily to the left.
So they gave you that item specifically for the strategy for the boss fight.
Right. You would kind of have to, like, they assume that probably you would maybe try this the second or third time he rammed you. Like, you're sitting there going, like, I don't know what to do, and then you just use that item and go, I dodged it. But since I played the game so many times, like, oh, first time. So see, notice all these, like, if only I could fire the Moonstone Cannon twice in a turn, but you can't. So I'm just going to wail on him with magic spells and cannon shots and just injure the shit out of him.
Open with his strongest attack.
But he can't do anything right now, so...
Well, he doesn't have much health either.
Well, no, the difference is that these cannon shots, because they're hitting him at vulnerable moments, are doing more damage.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
If you notice, those main cannon shots were doing nearly 8,000 damage for that shot.
Speaking of which...
Speaking of 8,000...
Speaking of going full Harlock on something...
Alright. Alright, here we go. That's just gonna murder him a little bit, but of course it's gonna make you stall out and take another turn to do it. Just bullshit. Alright, so... You noticed too... I thought it was gonna do way more damage, to be perfectly honest. I'm sorry. See, that was just hindsight thing. I was like, I'm gonna blast him magic cannon until he dies, not realizing that my normal cannons do way more damage right now.
Evasive action! Oh god, evasive action! Run!
Sir, there's no one to turn our ship anymore. Yeah, he's fucked. Told you, this turns into the easiest fight ever if you manage to dodge his ship around. So I get in this mood where I'm like, I'm just gonna shoot him a lot, I guess.
That just finishes the fight.
Yeah, I could have finished him all cool with lasers, so I'm just gonna pick off the bones, basically. I think it's Gregorio escaping in his rocket chair.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Abandoned ship!
Alright, so Sink and Dink goes the club.
Crashes into Dawn's head.
Oh no!
Not again!
Alright, we got Vice level 30, we got some new armor, things like that. I think the alloy armor might actually be better, but we'll find out. We still keep it afloat just because we're not complete jerks.
All we did was just evaporate your crew, disabled your engines, disarmed your weapons.
Enrique's just doing the John Cena, you can't see me across from there.
Join our crew! That's how we'll reconsider.
No.
Ah, I thought that'd work.
Well, you can kind of understand at this point that either Gregorio recognizes that there is something wrong with the kingdom and is only doing what he's doing out of duty, or he thinks that Enrique is delusional, which, to me, I think it's the former. I think he assumes something wrong, but he's such a man of honor and code that he's still... I'll just do my job, I guess. Old man thinking is what it is. Pshaw, old man, I say. Ship starts to sink. Oh, I guess he didn't fix it.
They took the last of the lifeboats.
I guess they all survived.
Those kids are great. Too bad they're gonna die when they go through the Dark Rift.
I'm glad we get a high five on beat. I love 80s girl in the back.
Pretty much. Where was she even across the town? We didn't even see her once.
I'm trying to remember where she is. I know she's there, I just don't remember. Dawn did mention a little subtle thing. After we finish our business in Yafutama, we can go back to Esperanza and he can join our crew.
Yes.
We will pick up that drunk at a later time. We have to find an opening in the Sky Rift. Sky Rift is definitely a unique level. It's different. Ooh, fish! I want it. Give me.
Get the nets.
Nice.
Lunch is ready.
I love the idea of just crashing into things to catch them.
Yoshi.
All right, this doesn't seem dangerous.
Shoot it with the cannon. That solves everything, right?
All right, into the Dark Rift we go. I know you get sky sick. Let's get go in this area where it's timeless and freaks everything out. You won't get sick, right?
Ready, Enrique? I got my air sickness medicine ready. Let's go.
All right, on the next one, we're going to be exploring through the Dark Rift, trying to find our way through it, unexpectedly picking up a crew member, and are on our way to Yafutama.
You pick up a crew member in the Dark Void.
Accidentally.
Yep. Tune in to find out.
He's just spinning along in the vastness of nothingness and just happens to land in our deck. What the hell?
I'm over 500 years old, I think.
Can you operate a ship?
Impossible. You're perfect. Get on.
I love taking on the crestfallen.
Say it again.
Say it slowlier.
Now in a husky voice.
Impossible is Vice's safety word.
It's his unsafety word. He prefers it to get a little more dangerous.
How did we get here?
You blame Travis.
And as the days go by now.
Travis says something else.
Travis says something and then the LP gets weird.
You mean awesome. That's how I choose to interpret.
Yeah. Weird is just a word that you can't describe when something's awesome.
Say impossible. Impossible, no good. Now call me daddy. What? Impossible.
Good, no, pat Enrique's butt.
Leaves the room, walks across the entire side of the ship, gets over to him on the look and goes, "Hey, Enrique." Leaves. Comes back 10 minutes later, finally. "Oh, yeah."
Enrique's response, jumps off the ship.
Pats Enrique's butt. Enrique just immediately barfs.
Oh!
I told you not to do that.
You should have touched the pointy end.